Hello, we're at the halfway point of Series 19, so let's just get on with it with Taskmaster Series 19, Episode 5. Maybe we're the monsters.
Everybody!
Okay, so we're doing the prize task. Last week I said they were being intentionally weird with it. This one, it just feels like they were being weird with it. This one is the thing that you would leave in your will to get revenge on a relative. And like there was no like funny subtext or even a joke that followed up. That is literally what they said. It's kind of been like the motto of Series 19, just to be a little bit more weird with tasks. Prize task included. Anyway, let's get over what the contestants brought in. Matthew Baton brought in a puzzle of the Mona Lisa, a 1,000-piece puzzle of the Mona Lisa, that he would give to his relative called Terry, and when Terry did the puzzle, he'd be shocked to know that there was one piece missing and it's buried alive with Matthew Baton. Now, Matthew. Fuck you. I would hate you. You're an evil mastermind. Oh, if I was your relative Terry, I would frickin' hate you. I would go to your grave, dig it up, get that last puzzle piece, complete the puzzle, take the puzzle, go back to your grave. It probably got reburied by the Undertaker. Anyway, dig up your grave, put the puzzle right back in your casket, and then I would say, enjoy your puzzle in hell. I mean, I've never met you, but I don't think you're going to hell, but for that, you might be going to hell. Rosie brought in coffee grounds that were piled up in a way to make it look like desserts. Little brownie desserts. She talks about her little plan of that when she dies, she's going to be making a bunch of brownies for everyone, so then when she leaves them in her will, they're going to be like, one last time. They all eat the brownie and they're like, ooh. It's a fun little joke. I don't really feel like everyone would be like, ooh man, revenge. It feels like one of those harmless pranks that just be like, oh, Rosie, in a way, you know? It doesn't feel that bad like Matthew Baton's. It feels more like one of those harmless pranks you pull on your family. You know, so I don't think it's that bad. Stevie brought in an envelope, a very old looking envelope that's filled with glitter that says, haha, you're a twat. Now, I get the idea that glitter, it can go everywhere and stuff like that. I just don't think this really would work in the way that she kind of says it was going to, because the whole thing is, I bet she's thinking, it's gonna rip open and then glitter's gonna go everywhere. And once it's stuck somewhere, it's gonna be impossible to get out. I don't really think that's how it's going to work, because it could just be, this envelope's filled with glitter. Haha, you're a twat. Okay. I don't feel because there's nothing in the envelope that just makes the glitter just everywhere. It's kind of just open and that's it. If she's intentionally thinking they're going to struggle to open it, I don't think that's going to happen really. So I don't think this is going to have as much of a big effect as she thinks it's going to, but I know I can see the intention of what she was going for. Jason brought in a creepy ass painting of kids and then floating kids' heads. It is really disturbing, I'll give it that. And I do like the little window into his life. Apparently late at night, he just likes buying weird art, which makes me very worried as what his house looks like now. Does he just have so many weird paintings all over? Makes me curious what his Instagram looks like. Does he just take pictures of all the art that he buys and then posts it? And next, Fadia. She does not surprise me with this one. She just brought in a bunch of pillows because her auntie, who she says is a got her pillows 3 times, and she says a little note on top that says, I hope you enjoy these because I'll see you in your dreams. I don't really feel like this is as bad as she made it out to be, because first of all, pillows are not a bad present to get. Second of all, the note can be interpreted as a nice thing, like, oh, you passed away, because remember, you're dead, and I'll be seeing you in your dreams. I mean, that's kind of more of an uplifting thing you'd actually say to your relatives, like, oh, don't be sad that I'm dead, I'll be in your dreams. And like, oh, that's heartwarming. And lastly, again, I have to point out, they're just pillows. It's not like they've been farted on or anything like that. They're just pillows. So, spoiler alert real quick. How does she get more than 1 point out of this? She should have gotten 1 point instead of 2. I think Stevie was robbed out of this one, really. She was very right to be upset about it because I don't know what Fadia's charisma is like. Does she just have this ability that just says, I mean, Fadia, I can't give you 1 point, but you know, 2 is fine. But like, she brings in objects that she clearly should be getting 1 point for, but she gets more out of it. She has like a superpower. What is it, Fadia? What do you do? By the way, I gave up the rating system because I don't think anyone likes it.
She cooks the best couscous in the world, but I won't eat it.
Task 1. Be the least annoying around the campfire. You must either sing a song, a beat poem, or tell a scary story, either about DIY, barbecue, or fast cars. Least annoying wins. I feel like this task was specifically one person's frustration with being at a campfire, and they must have really hated it because, I mean, I don't typically think being around the campfire telling a story, singing a song is really ever that bad. Doesn't sound like an annoying thing at all. Again, this feels like it was someone's personal annoyance, like they just hated being around the campfire. And so they were like, oh, well, we can't just let them be around a campfire. That's not good enough. So we have to make these other 3 topics. And it just seems like, I mean, that's what I get my interpretation out of this, is that someone just hated going camping. Anyway, I really do like it that Jason just gave no, didn't care if he was the most annoying as possible. I do think we need that sometimes where a contestant just throws it all away just to be funny. It was funny, so congrats, Jason. You gave us a very memorable moment. And Rosie, my goodness, she was amazing. I didn't know she was gonna have such an amazing singing voice. And honestly, like, there's nothing negative to say. It was just amazing. You should really go see her sing right now. Go watch the episode. She had a great song about a barbecue. Like, literally nothing negative to say. Now, speaking of great singing, Matthew Baden in the first episode sang a really nice song about pretending to not care is not cool. And, you know, he gave us another great song. Fadia gave us a terrifying story about one time she went to go eat a goat, but there was a baby goat inside the goat as it was cooked, and then it came out, and then they were like, do you want to eat the baby goat? And it was just, oof. But unfortunately, they were struck by the rules where it was supposed to be at least 100 words or less. Matthew just singing, everybody, put him at exactly 101 words. Oh, Matthew, just Matthew. Just the instincts. You must have counted exactly 100 words and then just threw everybody in there. And Fadia just did not care. She told her story anyway, went exactly over 200 words. So yeah, they're both disqualified, so sorry for Matthew, but everybody read the rules and they followed them. And Stevie Martin did a funny little thing. She apparently just kept it very simple where she heard a ghost somewhere, but then just like, could it not have been a ghost? Kevin just got up and then sang a catchy little tune about getting a sausage. In all honesty, that was fine. And it's unbelievable that Jason should deserve 3 points. I think he deserved the 3 points. I don't care what Greg Rule says, simply saying, no one will take me seriously if I give him more. I'm like, no, come on, those are the rules. You gotta give him 3 points. It's one of those unfair justice rules, but you gotta do it. You can't make exceptions just because you didn't like it. So in my opinion, I think Jason's deserved 3 points. All in all, this was a very fun task, and honestly, it's weird that it takes place in a cave. I didn't see this anywhere in the location shots we saw from the first few tasks we've seen this, so I'm really curious as to where this cave was.
Yeah, gonna get a sausage.
Task 2. Draw the monster. You must not turn back, honk the horn when you see a lollipop lady, and alright, another art task. Quite nice, and I enjoy the idea that monster seems to be a thing that happens on Taskmaster. I don't think we've seen anything that's specifically just monster-like since around series 11, I believe. Mostly it's just animals and stuff like that, but I like how monster's been more of an increasingly vague thing, because with monsters it can be more vague. And honestly, it's been more fun since the monster just looked really strange with having like 3 arms, wings, multiple eyes, purple hair all over, and a really long tongue. So good job on the costume department for making the monster look nice. In all honesty, I wish I did this one. I love the little monster parade they had around. Or a monster mash if you want. Well, actually it was just one monster, so I guess a monster Yeah, just a little monster parade, I guess. This was a very fun task. It was fun to watch everyone do it, and I'm glad that it was a mashup of everyone, because I think everyone had, you got to see everyone's different reactions to everything and see all their personalities shine. Like when Alex asked for a ride, Fatty was like, "No, get out of here, bruv." And Jason and Matthew are like, "Oh yeah, come in." And Stevie, who revealed that she doesn't have her license. "Hey Stevie, I don't have mine either, no worries." Stevie just panicked all over, and Rosie seemed to have just had a complete mental collapse where she simply said, "Maybe we're the monsters." Like, if she views, from her painting, if you think she's the monster, then I'm very concerned right now. I can't put into words. It was just such a mental collapse of just saying, "Maybe we're the monsters," and it's just... And, you know, I'm happy Rosie's okay. That's all I gotta say. Now on to their painting. Yeah, Rosie's last, obviously. It looked nothing like the monster. I would honestly argue that I think Fadia should have gone second. While yes, it did look like that Stevie's looked like it was wearing a bunch of coats, at least it had the right amount of arms. Because as Greg put it, Fadia's monster didn't have a head. And I felt like it lacked a few other details that Stevie had. So I feel like, you know, Fadia somehow managed to charm her way up to another point while Stevie suffered, so I would have swapped Stevie and Fadia. And yeah, I can't disagree with this one. Jason's without a doubt had more details and looked better than Matthew's, because Matthew was still missing fewer details. Overall, yeah, I can't argue with how some of the results were. And this was a memorable art task. I think much better than the first art task we did.
Can I get a lift?
No, bruv.
Task 3. This is a two-parter task. Part 1, shorten the pencils and then put them in the pencil case. Part 2, write down every word you've said before reading this task. You must have the same number of words colored in one color and in the other, so that they're the same. If you do not do so, your total word count will be cut in half. Most words correctly written wins. Now this one I think is kind of complicated, but it is also the first task that the contestants did, so I can see why they did it, because there was funniness to have. Stevie being the only one who decided to shorten them to the shortest they could possibly be by biting the pencils. And everyone else kind of just realized they didn't need to do that, so they just sharpened them and threw them in the pencil case. And Stevie only had to use a little bit of the pencils she had, and she lost one of them, so she decided to use her nail polish that she had on her hands to write down the words too, which, to very mixed results. I feel very bad because she clearly threw herself into this one and it wasn't so good. And imagine that being your first task and you fail that badly. Oh, poor Stevie. Jason, right from the get-go, was flat out a destructive person. Literally the first thing he did on the show, drink a water bottle and throw it immediately at Alex. Should have known his mission was destroy, and destroyed he did. After he realized he made an error and he couldn't have an eraser, he used sandpaper and sanded so hard he ended up breaking the drywall that I believe that the paper was on. Honestly, I can't say much because this is kind of a hard task. Not to describe or anything like that, but it's kind of just they write words on a thing and then they forget what they said, and honestly, it's kind of not much of that. They're kind of just going through their heads being like, did I say this word? No, I don't think I said this word. I think I said this word. Oh, I don't know. Like, there's not really much to describe really in that situation. Like, everything I've described so far is the most interesting stuff that happened. I mean, Alex was in the room cooking mushrooms and he had a mushroom hat. It didn't really play into anything. I thought maybe the mushroom thing was going to be some sort of secret reveal, like, oh, there's a hack. But no, he was just there cooking mushrooms. So they already went off on the weird way. Other than that, this was fine, and honestly, it does set into motion what I think is the characters' personalities if this was task 1.
It looks like Spoggin!
Live task. Pop the balloon when the color has been set. Greg will read a story, and during points of the story, he will say a color. You must pop the corresponding balloon, which color has been set. Last popper, Or if you don't pop when the color's been said, you're out. Okay, it's very funny this one because the first 2 out are out on the first one. Jason pops the wrong color and Fatia just does not pop the balloon because she decided to wear earmuffs, so she didn't even know what Greg said. So it's very unbelievable that she somehow gets 2 points out of this task. Like, this is the second task in a row where I feel like Fatia just did not care because she has a fear of balloons. So she just flat out said, well, I ain't doing this. And yet she somehow gets 2 points out of this. I swear, Fatia somehow gets away with this. She's committing crime and she gets away with it. Like, can she just luck her way into victory? I don't know. And Jason, just come on, Jason, really? Like, there's not much else to say, Jason. You know what you did. There's nothing else to say. I'm not even gonna use my joke I used on you one time. Rosie was the next one out, and then one of the sweetest moments to have ever happened in Taskmaster is Matthew willingly sacrificed the victory when he had it.
I'm on it, Dad.
I've accidentally...
Oh, man!
He had victory in the palm of his hand, but he threw it away to Stevie because he just felt bad because Stevie had a very rough episode. And it's one of the sweetest things I've ever seen. And they let her get away with it. Normally, I wouldn't be okay with this, but you know what? I think Stevie earned this one. With how much she's been cheated out of the victories, I believe she deserved this. So in all, I'm very happy for Stevie. And Matthew, I think maybe you made up for that puzzle. No, you didn't. Fuck you, Matthew. But with all that, we get to a tiebreaker task, our first tiebreak of the series. And it's between Jason and Rosie. It's a hole punch tiebreaker, so essentially just get as many holes into a single hole punch with a single sheet of paper. And Rosie got 34, Jason got 44. So Jason wins his first episode. Oh my goodness, Jason. Finally, with your little USA chance and everything like that. And normally I don't talk about the celebrations or anything like that, but if you want a clear example of what Jason's mission was for the entirety of Taskmaster, you should look at his celebration because he just destroyed everything. He threw the glitter on the floor, he broke the puzzle piece into thousands of more pieces. He kicked the pillows across the stage, and he collapsed the pillar section with all the prizes because he does not care. He was destruction. But ultimately, now that we're in the halfway mark, we're starting to understand who is not going to win. I think it's very clear that I don't think Jason's going to win. His mission was destroy, not win. He may have won an episode, but he is not going to win the series. Unless some miracle happens. And as much as I love her, Fatia's attitude of just not trying really is not helping her. It definitely feels like Matthew's the most consistent contestant. While he definitely has rough patches, he seems to be really well at managing to clutch a victory. So I'm gonna put my money on Matthew winning this series. Although I would be very happy if any of them won this series. But if you had to tell me who I think was gonna win, I'm gonna say Matthew. But who do you think is going to win? Leave in the comments below. And let's all watch Taskmaster. Leave in the comments below. And let's all watch Taskmaster together.